Today, we're picking up where we left off in our quest to try every single gun in the final. Though this time, let's switch up the format. The longer form videos covering multiple guns didn't seem to hit, so let's try a little something different. For those of you who've been on this journey with me, I'm not abandoning the mission. I'll still get around to every gun, but we'll just start picking them up one at a time. And in the crosshairs for this video, we're looking at the LH-1. If you played COD Zombies back in the day, you'd recognize it as the legendary M14, the headshot machine, or maybe that was the M1. In any case, a lot of you claim this to be the most powerful weapon of the light class, and the numbers definitely reflect that. This gun is a force of nature, a primal predator. It allows you to tap into its power if you're calm and controlled. The moment you slip into a frantic panic, the recoil will buck you like a bronco, and your shots will start flying into the abyss, even with your target right in front of you. You gotta remain cool, calm, and collected. It doesn't mean being slow. You can be quick, but you need to be measured and maintain control, because the way this gun shoots is similar to the V9S. It fires just about as fast as you can click. However, the fastest you can click works with the V9S because the recoil and spread doesn't get as wild as the LH-1. One is a handheld pistol that sounds like this, and the other is a rifle you brace against yourself to absorb the recoil. In most cases, it's really not worth spam firing the LH-1. You're just gonna miss too many shots to make it work, unless you're close enough to lick their faces. Whoa, calm down. Yes, a calm and measured shooting rhythm is much more efficient. To find my own shooting rhythm, I attended a CPR training session, and now I'm trained in the art of not too fast, not too slow. Just keep the BGs playing in your head as you mow down your foes. It's still a relatively fast pace, but I find myself adjusting my shooting pace based on distance and how much room for error the situation allows for. You can allow for more recoil madness and fire faster if your targets are close enough to still be within the cluster of shots. But shooting at range, you probably want to maintain your steady pace that balances accuracy and speed for maximum damage efficiency, which, by the way, does not apply to CPR. There's only one way to do that right. Another one of the many nuances that makes a drastic difference is scoping in. When you're hip firing, the spread is too big to be worth it. It looks cool and feels good when you hit, but it's more luck than anything because of the hip fire bloom. It's a pretty big area. Oddly enough, it felt easier getting hip fire kills on the sniper than with this rifle. Which brings us to the topic of range on the LH-1. Most weapons in this game are designed for mid to close range combat. I mean, the design of the game is on mid to close range fighting over objectives. So I think they've done a fantastic job with this rifle as a long range banger, which can also be adapted to be viable in the mid to close range. There is a decent learning curve you have to overcome at the beginning. There's all kinds of whining and dining involved when you start out with the LH-1. It takes a minute to really tap into its true potential. The nuance makes it a lot of fun to learn and play. You always gotta be thinking and calculating what the right move is. And I was pure unadulterated ass with the LH-1 when I first picked it up. I tried to mimic the playstyle I observed when people spanking me with it, and it did not work. It was not about faking it till you make it. It looked like I was doing all of the right things, but I was just missing all my shots. I swear I planted fools dead in the center of my iron sights, but the bullets were just ghosting through them. Actually, I want to take a second to address this with all the iron sights in the game. For some reason, in my experience, I've found that they all feel a little off at first. No matter where I put the iron sights against the target, it always missed. Then after a certain amount of pain and suffering, you just kind of brute force your way into finding a feeling with it. I swear, it's like a rite of passage onboarding process. This felt especially visceral when trying to snipe people from a long range using the LH-1. I simply couldn't hit. Even if my life depended on it, I could not hit my targets. It didn't even matter if I was given all the time in the world to line the shot up. Then at a certain point, before my darkest night, I just started landing shots miraculously. I feel like I'm aiming the exact same way, I'm doing nothing different, but the shots just start hitting. Can't even explain it. Side note, it's always funny when people start dueling you from range thinking that they can get you because you're missing some shots. What they don't realize is how hard the LH-1 really hits. It only takes one good shot to finish. Okay, not in that case, but you know what I mean. If you're new to the series, then you may not know what the big money meter is. This was the BMM for the medium class, which I already find needs a fine-tuning. There's a revisited FAMAS video in the works, and this is the one for the light class so far. We're still working through it. The LH-1 is an absolute badass in my experience. It was a wet blanket start that turned into absolute flames when I cracked the code. Rhythm plus calmness. For me, I'm rolling out all 10s for it. Performance and handling, 10. This gun outperforms me, as in somehow it extracts a better performance out of me than my actual abilities. Don't know how that even works. Funness and coolness, easy 10. I even love how it sounds. Gives me 2016 Fortnite hunting rifle vibes. That's a personal bias. Competitive viability, 10 out of 5. I know we buried the light class with the last update, but if anything were to give it a snowball's chance in ranked, this gun would do the job. Top of the leaderboard it goes. Lastly, if you want to join me on this journey and help me reach my goal of 500 subscribers, you know where to find me. It's down there. It's the subscribe button. That's what I'm talking about, hitting the subscribe button. Hey, I'll even take a like, you know. Alright, if you've made it this far in this video, here's a little bonus for you. A montage salad of best clips that didn't even make the cut. Yo, it's so wild how this just melts a heavy. I'm glad I finished him off there though, he almost got away. Look at that health bar. Alright, I probably almost died there. That RPG barely missed. Look at that. Alright, I got him pretty low. And of course, he's just gonna go for the solo cash out and die. Because here I'm gonna look for a flank. I know he's alone and he's low. Alright, I didn't realize that was a heavy actually. But got the kill. And now we're gonna get objective. Okay, this is kind of risky, but I knew I needed to start it quick. Luckily, the team came in clutch with the turret and the shield. And now I don't want to be standing out there in the open as a light. So I'm gonna go around for a flank. And here I catch this heavy. I have to go down and finish him, that's my job. Bada boom. Should not have let myself be known right there. And you know what, by the way, I think they should put elevator buttons on both sides of that elevator. Okay, I was feeling myself here. Getting long range kills, easy. Took me a second to line up, but this is where patience wins out. Zip lines are your friend. Oh, I just heard that invisibility and dodged the stun gun right in time. Now I knew I was getting too far from the objective, so I gotta go back. Here, I knew it was a heavy in there with the shields, but he didn't try to fight back, so easy kill. Try to get this teammate back as quick as possible. I have no idea where anyone is. I don't like this situation one bit. I was kind of trying to use gateways to put next to the cash out to drop grenades. Almost died there. Like, light is so much about just surviving and knowing when to run and when to fight. Most of the times, it's just run if you can survive. Go back in to try to delay, but we were gonna get that anyways, I think. Those were just Hail Mary grenades. I knew that guy was in there and fighting, so he, I guess he didn't really realize I was gonna wait that long. Okay, my teammate died, so I'm just gonna rush in and flex on this fool. Try to get that kill. Doesn't always go my way, but when I'm popping off. Yeah, just following up on a teammate here. He's gonna sneak around these mines and try to steal the objective. So now it's kind of my job to defend and draw attention away. Hopefully I don't die. Ooh, I knew either that was a bug or someone opened and closed that door. So I'm just gonna toss a nade into it and see if someone's flanking from above. Nope, and there they are. Yeah, I had to really calm down there not to spam my gun so that I could get those kills, because that sword could easily kill me if I missed too many shots. Okay, getting teammates back is so important for defending objective. So I took the risk there. Ah, this kind of threw me off. I was so close to getting him, but I still got clapped. Yeah, so that's what I like doing with the gateway. There, I actually put the gateway above that little ceiling thing, so I blew a hole in this roof, which gave me a perfect little window to peek down and snatch up some kills. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, y'all.